Hi.
Hey.
Hey. What's going on?
Hey, kids. How we doing tonight?
We are doing great. I don't know who are we, but like me and you, I hope we're
We
gonna we
we are we.
we we
We we.
we we
Oh, let's all be adults.
we
We.
all we. Yeah, Nicole is already complaining that I've been busting her lately. So yeah, I am.
Oh well. Suck it up, Buttercup.
Yeah. So how have you been? How was your week? let's
Busy.
let's start with like complimentary things, like, so then we're gonna go from.
Complimentary things.
Yeah,
Okay.
or I don't know how you say it in English is not my first thing.
Hey, English is my first language, and there's a lot of times I can't English. So
Yeah, I've seen that, like I'm usually the guy who always like points out the mistakes that people do in English. I'm like, okay.
yeah, well, you'll have that sometimes. But no,
Yeah.
I haven't done much. I mean, besides work this week, it's been pretty. I mean, it's been busy, but it's good because it keeps me from losing my mind. Because with it being so ridiculously cold, there's not much you can do outside.
Okay.
What about yourself? How have you been?
It's been a busy week, like, and last weekend was crazy. I think, like, in the last week and a half, I've seen maybe around like 20 houses. So it's been crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's,
that
it's,
would be
it,
too much.
it's just, yeah, like it's like one, two, three, four, like, and of course, like in this area, people who rent them out, like, I don't know what they're thinking. I don't understand what they're thinking. Most of them are like piece of shit. Sorry for my language, but it's so messed up.
Well, when you say that, like, are they pieces of shit with a ridiculous, you know, like a ridiculous cost,
Yep,
or
yep.
well, that can be pretty much anywhere. I mean, honestly, as bad as that sounds, I mean, there's houses here. It's like a 50-50 in my town. Like there's some houses that are absolutely beautiful and they're ridiculously cheap,
Hmm.
but then you get the really crappy ones that you're going to probably be in the hole to start out
Okay.
that are really overpriced. Then you just
Hmm.
have the above and beyond, like right outside of town there is well, it used to be a country club, but now it's open to the public.
Okay.
There's like an estate area, and there's a house that's for sale right now, and it's on the market for, I think it's 5.2 million, which is ridiculous for
Okay.
this area. If I win the lottery, though, I'm going to buy it, and I'm going to build a
Yeah,
track inside.
buying is always better, like, I'm not worried about that, but the thing is, like, uh what those people want, like, first of all, they want a lot of money from their houses, like, because our budget is, like, because I'm looking with my friends right now, is 3 grand.
Well, it's
And
not hateful.
no, yeah, like, it's a lot, like, for that kind of price. Back in Florida, I would get a mansion, like a 6 bedroom, I don't know what, with a huge pool and everything. But in here, basically, what you get is like a 3 or 4 bedroom house,
Hmm.
and people want, like, and the other thing is, like, what happens in here is, like, they want basically a perfect credit. If I would have a perfect credit, I would buy a house.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, but that's pretty much everywhere.
No, the thing, that's the thing, like, it's not everywhere, like, in, like, there, I would I never had a problem, like, for, like, renting a place or something, not especially in Florida, like, because everybody's okay there.
Right.
So everybody, if in, like, if you have money, if you have work, then you
Hmm.
can then you can move in basically anywhere. Nobody asks you about your credit or something like that.
Right.
In here, it's all about the credit. But if people would have good credit, they would not rent, they would buy.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and then, like, the houses stay on the market for like already like 4 or 5 months, and they don't even budge on the price. Like they're losing every month $3,000, and they don't like it doesn't make any sense for me at least.
Right.
So
Yeah. I don't know.
yeah, me neither.
That's
So
just
I
that's
don't.
just always that's always a pain in the ass anyways. I never did enjoy doing that, looking for places.
Oh yeah. Oh, don't even start.
It's
It's
so
it's
stressful.
it's 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 uh it's piece of crap. Like I wouldn't suggest anybody like to search places all the time. If I
Well,
would
no.
if I would search by my own, like I think it would be easier, like if I would have a huge budget and everything. But like because I mean looking for with friends, like everybody has their own, like things what needs to be there and what not.
Right.
So I'm trying to compromise all the time, but sometimes they're not budging. So I'm like, fuck, I can't live like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, hey, Holly has a question.
Holly has a question. Shoot them.
Yep. Holly asked if you could do anything or go anywhere, what would you do or go? That's a good question, actually.
Anywhere. Does it have to be motorcycle related or right
I,
now
I don't know.
anywhere?
I think it's just a general, it's a general question. Like, if you could do anything or go anywhere, what would you do or go?
Right now, like in this moment, I would probably go somewhere where it's warm and fun. So probably some like islands or something. But overall, what I want to do is go back to Europe for a longer time and explore there. I love Europe. I love Italy. I love like all what it has to offer.
Yeah. I don't know if I honestly, if I could do anything or go anywhere, like right at this moment, I would pack up everything that I have and I would move back to Australia.
You have
Honestly.
lived in Australia?
Yeah, I lived there for a little over a month.
Holy crap, that's awesome.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was fantastic.
Why
It
did you
was
move back?
well, it was kind of like an exchange thing.
Oh, okay.
Like it was like work related, so I could only stay. I mean, if I would have had the money, I would have totally just stayed there and said, "Forget it, I'm not coming back." But yeah, if I didn't, and plus um, if I didn't have the family back here, I think it
Hmm.
probably would have been a little bit more different. But I'm such a homebody that I don't know if I could have actually, stayed, especially at my age, because I was only 19 at the time.
Hmm.
So I think that made a big difference too. Like if I would do it now, it would be a completely different story. I'd just be like, all right, deuces, I'm out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, basically you would be like me, like when I came here 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's different, like so.
Mhm.
I had an option, like either Australia or USA, but like because I did already business with USA, I was like, okay, I'm gonna come here. Most of my friends went to Australia, so
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I would if I have the opportunity. Maybe that's where I'll retire to, is just retire to Australia.
I will retire in Italy. I know that. I love it too much for that. So Nicole has a questions. Have you ever tried the Kevlar riding jeans? If so, what is your opinion? You can start.
I hate them.
Why?
They're so hot.
That's what she said.
Wah, wah. No, I mean, and it could be just the brand that I got.
What kind of brand you're using?
I don't even have them anymore. Like I got them probably like 3 or 4 years ago,
What do you
and
have?
ended up. Um, oh my god, that's terrible that I can't remember. It wasn't Rock, and
It
it
come
wasn't Icon.
it comes with age.
Yeah, no lie. Um, I can't. I honestly can't remember. They weren't that expensive. Like I have a pair of Icons that now that I love them. They're so comfortable. They, to me, they are pretty darn lightweight.
Hmm.
And I mean Kevlar. I know Kevlar is supposed to be lightweight, but the ones that I had before, they were actually heavy. They were so hot, and there were days during the summer when I was riding where I was like, you know what? I'd rather just wear regular jeans and risk losing a few top layers of my skin because it was just that bad.
Okay.
But that's just my opinion. Take that with a grain of salt. Obviously, before you ever ride any riding gear, first tip that I always have is read the reviews, but don't take them to heart.
Yeah, of course.
Because everyone has, I mean, I've had people that I've talked to that they'll be like, oh, well, I didn't get them because, of all the negative reviews. Well, maybe it just wasn't the right type of gear for that certain
Hmm.
person. And another thing is, don't ever just order something online. I've made that mistake, especially when it comes to riding gear,
Hmm.
like jackets and pants and even boots. Um, I've had boots that, like, I had a pair of Vegas that I ordered online
Hmm.
in my size, like my regular shoe size, and they ended up being like almost a size bigger
Okay.
on my foot.
Yeah.
Uh, so that's the one thing is whenever you're looking into gear, do your own research, come to your own conclusion, and it doesn't matter if the closest like motorcycle superstore or super center or whatever is an hour away or 3 hours away. If that place is where you want to go, then make the drive.
Uh, I can, like I can somewhat agree with you about,
Hmm.
like the gear wise that, like you can't buy them online, but it
Hmm.
depends where you buy them, like that's why I love Rezilla because, like you can return them for free. So the thing is, or exchange them.
Right.
So it doesn't matter, like you can basically buy off, like I might need a small size, like size smaller, and you're
Hmm.
gonna just exchange them, like I have done that before.
Right.
So that's the easy, and of course, like it depends all on, like the place where you're buying them from.
Hmm.
But what I suggest is always go to your like local store or where you can go and
Hmm.
try different things on. At least what you get is a like a opinion, like what size is okay for you,
Right.
like what size range, like, and you can go from there, then you make less mistakes. But talking about Kevlar jeans, I now wear, I think, third pair of mine.
Hmm.
I love them. I haven't, like, luckily for me, I never had to test them, like by falling down or something. But first two pairs were Shift ones, and last one is Alpine Star now, and I freakingly love them. Like, don't buy the Kevlar jeans that are saying it's waterproof because they don't breathe. Zero breathing. But the regular ones, like Alpine Star and Shift ones, they
Hmm.
were just regular jeans with Kevlar X, like the
Like the
prote-
panels.
yeah, protection and everything. And I feel comfortable, like I'm wearing regular jeans. I can wear them whole day, and I don't want to say, but my balls are dry.
We're all adults here.
I
We're
know at
all
least.
adults having adult conversations.
I know at least one minor in the side chat, so I'm sorry. But
Hey,
yeah,
they know what they're getting into. They've been here before.
yeah, I'm sure of that. So, but yeah, I changed from Shift to Alpine Stars because I lost a lot of weight and I needed smaller size. But I've all of them feel really, really great.
Yeah. And I'm also one of those people too that I am guilty of 9 times out of 10. I'm just wearing jeans.
Hmm.
And that's really about it. But again,
To be honest, like if you have good pair of jeans,
mhm,
the Kevlar gives you only a little bit more protection when you fall from like higher speeds.
right,
From lower speeds, it's still the same protection.
right.
Basically, it doesn't matter. It's just like the Kevlar on higher speed, it doesn't let it rip, so like you don't get road rash so easily.
Hmm.
But usually, when we fall, is a slow speed.
Right.
Luckily, so
Luckily.
luckily, yeah, because like high speed, it doesn't matter if like you can wear the whole suit and everything, but you still basically it's just like paramedics easier to pick you up.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see here. Oh, Holly's
Uh,
got a question here.
yeah.
Whenever, let's see here. How long have you two been writing for? I will let you start, Blue.
Let me think for a second. I think around 12 years now. I can't even count. I don't remember where I started exactly. I think I was 21, a little bit over 21.
Okay.
Uh, Tried motorcycle once when I was I think 16.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, of course, crashed.
Well, duh.
it it was a motorcycle with sidecar, but yeah,
Mm.
then I started with yeah. Then I think I started when I was 21 plus.
Okay. I actually I started dabbling in motorcycles, I think when I was about 14 or 15, and I really got into it probably around like 18 or 19. So I would say I've been riding consistently probably 12 years, but I've been on motorcycles for 14 or 15 years.
Okay.
But yeah, so and then I did until I and then once I got older, then I started doing the really stupid stuff because why not?
Okay.
Like the flat track and the ice racing. I actually didn't really start doing that until I was probably in my mid 20s. I don't know why, but I just felt the need to start it.
Hmm.
So, yeah. Let's
So
see.
so Michigan Cruiser guy asks GoPro or Drift.
Eh, I don't know if I can really I don't know if I really qualify to answer that question, but I mean,
Personal preference, like what would you use?
well, I mean, I've had a GoPro, so
Hmm.
that's really pretty much all I'm familiar with.
Hmm.
Um, Now, obviously, when I'm watching other people, I like to see what they're using. And then I'll go back and I'll look and see, like, is this one better? Like, you have to think too. Um, it's a good question because of the fact, GoPro or Drift. But the major thing that you always need to think about when you're doing that kind of stuff is how much are you wanting to spend?
Yeah.
That's the big thing. I mean, you can get a decent like a Sony Action Cam or something like that, something that's decent. It may not have all of the features that a GoPro has,
Hmm.
but that's the difference between spending $500 versus $150 to $200.
Hmm.
So again, just like riding gear, it's all a personal opinion.
Yeah.
It's what do you want it to do? Are you specific? Like for me, the way I think about it is, am I going to specifically just use it for motovlogging purposes only? Or am I going to be using it when I'm doing flat track, when I'm doing ice racing, where there is a potential that it's going to get a heck of a lot more damaged? Things like that. So I don't know. I mean, like I said, I've done GoPros, so I stick with GoPros. But again, everyone's got their own thing.
Okay. I was Oh, Backroad.
Hi,
Hello.
Backroad.
What up?
What up?
So, quick question to you: GoPro or Drift?
If I had to choose between those two, definitely GoPro, I guess, because I've never messed with a drift.
Okay. So, okay, I had drifts before. I had the Drift 720p's. Why I bought those is because for $150 I got three. So not one camera, but three of them. Uh, Overall, the 740 was or 720 was okay. I like Drift because of like how it sits, like and it's more flat than GoPro, and it doesn't have to like you don't have to have a special like case for it. But overall, quality-wise, you can't compare anything right now with a GoPro. As sad as it is, and I'm not talking about 4K. I'm still talking like 1080p. You will understand right away which footage is
Oh,
like
man.
taken with Drift and which one is taken with GoPro. I like like how you can mount Drift. Like it's more flat and like you can mount it basically any kind of way. You can just turn the lens and the picture is upright. So it's a good idea, but I still prefer right now GoPro.
Right on. My
So
favorite camera's not even on that list, man.
okay, how was your week, Backroad?
Oh, busy, man.
Busy? Everything good?
Well, it's like good and it's not good and it's good and it's not good. Been one of those weeks because it's been a searching for bike week, as you know. So
The what bike week?
I've been searching for bikes for
Oh, okay.
a week and a half.
What
So
you
you know
what
how
you
that is, how that goes. It's like, oh yeah, think it's gonna work out. We're gonna do this, and then it's like, oh shit, that didn't work out. On to the next one, and it's like,
what what kind of bike you looking for, if I may ask?
oh, I'm done now.
Oh, you found something?
Yeah, I found a few things. Yeah,
What do you got?
we're live. I can't tell you. I can't tell you.
Okay, later then, man.
Yeah, later, dude. I
Yeah.
think we didn't talk about it.
Nope, not yet.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
no, he wasn't on.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
we
wasn't
talked about it
there.
last week, bro.
Last week?
Off air, off air.
Where?
A Sunday night hangout.
Yeah, on the internet. This place we're in.
Oh, okay, yeah, I left because MotoMax came.
Yeah, you
Now,
had
now.
further engagements.
Yeah, so I and I was really bad mood, so yeah, sorry about that. It's fine. No worries. I will leave. Yeah, I know how's the, like looking and everything is, like I've been looking houses right now, like I told Midwest, like probably like around 20 now already. So it's messed up. So what was that? Nicole asked, are any bike companies talking about making higher CC bikes but built smaller? I don't know any. Like I
Yeah,
haven't heard.
I don't think I've heard of any.
I don't know any rumors, at least. I haven't heard
Yeah.
anything. Because if you have a bigger CC bike, you need to have bigger things, like bigger brakes, bigger this, bigger that, but to stop it. So and everything, like goes bigger than when the engine goes bigger. So I don't think so.
Mhm.
I don't think so. So Holly asks, why did you start motovlogging? So
Gas.
no. You still gonna answer that, but we're gonna make a little twist in there because you're gonna answer like, why do you start? Why do you wanna start motovlogging?
Um. Oh, put me on the spot, why don't you?
Of course, that's my job.
Yeah, yeah. And you're so good at it too.
You haven't seen me live yet. You will tell me all your secrets
Oh.
when I'm seeing you.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
No.
Why do I want to start motovlogging? And I think that's been a question that's come up before. So I don't know. I mean, there's a whole multitude of things. I like the whole aspect of being able to let people let people in and see what you're all about. But also, being a female writer, I think it's just cool because it'd be like, hey, this I'm a female writer and I can kind of hang with the big kids. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm no sub D. I'm not gonna be doing 12 o'clocks all days. But
That's what she said.
womp womp.
We don't have the special effects guy today.
Yeah, I don't have my Google effects up.
Where is everyone?
Llama is at the movies. Ironic is under the weather. He said he would make the attempt to come on, but wasn't sure.
Yep. Kara is under the weather also.
What a bunch of dicks.
I know, right?
I don't. I'm not complaining. Like at least I have you guys. So.
Oh.
So it's how they say, like whatever everybody else does, like the caravan keeps going. So I'm not worried.
I don't know, bro. I got monkey butt, so I don't know how long I'll be able to sit down.
You have what?
He's got monkey butt, swamp ass.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'll stay.
Use the monkey butt powder or whatever.
I'm kidding about the part that I'm gonna have to go, but I'm not kidding about that monkey butt shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like use the monkey butt powder
Yeah.
or baby powder. You have kids. You have baby powder.
Oh yeah, lots of them. I've had my finger up my asshole for 2 days, boys. Monkey butt sucks.
Okay.
Ouch.
Blue. Okay. Yeah. Well.
I don't want to hear about that. It's something that doesn't interest me at all. Is like men's butt. So.
Oh, I feel a little bit of reverse psychology there.
Whatever, guy. Okay, Midwest, you can continue.
Yeah. Anyways, back to the topic there.
I apologize.
No, you're fine. I think I don't know. I just one of the main reasons is just to kind of let people see what I'm all about. I'm just I'm a just a kind of like a girl from the sticks. I grew up on a farm, and I want to show people just basically what I'm all about
That's
and how
cool.
crazy I can actually be.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you can be crazy.
You have no idea.
Nope, not yet.
Not yet. You just wait till Louisiana.
Oh my God. Oh, I don't know what I signed up for. It's just kidding. Go ahead, Backroad.
What am I doing?
Answer a question.
Oh, yeah. Why you start motovlogging?
Yeah, see,
Well-
you're still like hearing what I'm saying
It
sometimes.
all started back in Vietnam.
Yeah, sure. Good morning, Vietnam.
It all started back in
I
Nam.
found a Vietnam baby. And I needed to get that baby to the hospital because there's no one around give a fuck. So I was like, I'm gonna walk it. My buddy's like, you're crazy. That baby must weigh a pound. You'll never get it there. I was like, you're right. It's way too heavy. So I motorcycle, and I had to document my journey to the hospital with this Vietnam baby. And everybody's like, that's amazing. And I've been doing it ever since.
That is by far one of the most epic
Yeah.
explanations I've ever heard.
I need to cut it out from here and put it in some of my videos.
Chuck Norris wanted to take me out of it.
I'm
Chuck
trying to
Norris.
figure out how you carried the baby in a freaking high in a reel camera. That's what I want to know.
Belly bag.
Touche, sir.
Fanny pack. You might call it a fanny pack these days, but back there in the NAM days, www.nam. That's what it's called. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Okay, that's good. I started motovlogging because when I broke my collarbone, I started following some of the motovloggers that I still follow, and it's just like something that I like already did, like because I already had my camera with me, but I didn't talk with anybody. I was just like videotaping my rides and my racing and everything. So I'm like, let's try, like I think there is a lot of good things that I can like offer for people. So sadly for me, like the last year was short, but this year is gonna be hopefully a full year with a lot of content coming up. So go and follow. There was a good question, Fly Rider. Anyone following up on that Fuser Mohawk camera? Have you guys heard about that?
I have actually. I watched. I heard about it through Chase on Two Wheels.
Chase, yes.
Yeah, and I kind of did a little bit of research on it. I like it. It sounds pretty cool, but I don't know with new products like that, especially when there's not a lot of how should I say it, product usage because of the fact it's so new.
Yes.
I would want to see a little bit more in the future, like if people are using it, like especially with product reviews and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see a little bit more. I mean, I think it's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really good for the whole streamlining process.
Mm-hmm.
And the lack of bulk. But I mean, it seems like it's pretty cool. But before I would chip in and actually get one, I would want to actually probably see other people using it before.
Backroad.
What was the question?
What do you think about the new Fuser Mohawk camera?
Oh yeah, I have not. I've not even seen it. Not even heard of it.
Okay, so like Midwest, I watched the Chase video about that, and I had so many questions about it, so I contacted them.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily for me, like the answer came right away. So like seems like they're really into it, and if they are like right now taking like from the persons also like Chase and everything, like what they are waiting from the camera and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to see like that the companies are taking like notes from people who are gonna use it, like because that's us, like honestly. There was a couple of things that I didn't like. First of all, it didn't, like it wasn't 60 frames per second, so it was 30, but with the first update, it's gonna be 60. So at least that's okay. What I found out is it's if you connect it with a USB source, it will be constantly charging or like it's running from the external source. So that's a good thing, like because I was worried, like the battery life should be around 1.5 to 2 hours.
That's not bad at all.
Which is not bad, which is better than GoPro, but for me it doesn't like cut it because I need to have like longer.
Right.
And what it will not support is 128 gigabyte like the memory card. So it will only run 64, which is not like really great, but it's okay because 64 gives you, depending on the file size, around 4 hours, like full of recording time.
Yeah.
So overall, like the product wise, I like it, but I don't like that it has the connection with the phone and everything is run by the phone. Because it will make it more complicated.
Well, see, and that's like my thing. Like I don't mount my phone on my bike. Like normally, if I have my phone, it's inside my jacket. So that is the one thing that that's the one thing I didn't like about it too. Is that the fact that it's it's controlled via a phone.
No, yeah, like it comes with a remote also, but still, like most of the things, like what it does is you're still running through the phone. So yeah. I don't know how comfortable is that app and everything, and of course the price was like a little bit too much right now.
Yeah.
Because there is no information out. So let's hope, like that eventually they will give some products to some people. It doesn't matter who, like I hope, like Chase will pick it up because Chase reviews are usually really great. So
I was gonna say Ehart. I can see Ehart.
Oh, I can see Ehart now
okay.
also.
I was about to say, hey, can you guys hear me?
Hi.
I couldn't hear you, so I was like, okay, why are you not here? Yeah,
She's
because
just hanging
I didn't
out.
want to come in and interrupt the conversation.
yeah, because we wouldn't know, like, is it you or Midwest talking? So it's fine.
Oh, right.
It's just a joke.
Oh no, that's too funny because that's like a running gag now.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't know, Ehart, did you catch it the other night when we were on the stream and Thundercat was on there? And I asked him that question, and he automatically said your name, and I'm like, what?
Oh, right. Yeah.
I'm like, no, okay, that's fine, yeah, because she totally asked that question. It's fine.
Okay. So yeah, overall I like the product. So, but let's see, like when the reviews come out and how's the mounting system and everything. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm most curious about is the mounting system.
No, the mounting is with the GoPro on, like to the GoPro attachments. But the thing is, like how the bulkiness and everything is gonna be.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think once it gets a little bit more out there, and people actually start using it, I'm sure that there's going to be a lot more. But like you saying, like you contacted the company, and they were really quick on responding back. That's always a good thing to start out with to begin with.
And it was the CEO, so it was cool, like that the CEO took time and answered me back right away.
Yeah, exactly. So
Well,
that's
definitely taking it serious.
Yeah,
They're not just blowing me off.
I hope so, like that they're taking it serious because it's like to be honest, it's a really good market, like because honestly, GoPro is bulky. Like the small GoPro is good, but like you can't mount it, like upside down or like sideways or whatever. Like the Mohawk you can basically mount anyway.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, and they're in the development stage. I
Hmm.
mean, granted, it's there, it's out there, but until it is out into like a mass market where multiple people are using it, it will still continue to be in a development stage.
Yeah, of course.
And like I was just saying, if the CEO is taking that much interest in it right now, I can only imagine, within the next 6 months to a year, how much better that product can actually get.
It comes out in next this September, I think.
Right,
So
but I'm just saying once it's out and
yeah, 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 yeah.
people start using it, are they going? My big thing is I can see them as continuing to constantly be like, okay, well, this person emailed us and said there was an issue with this and that kind of stuff. When they start actually listening to what everyone has to say, and that's how they fine tune things.
Yeah, I hope so. See, Nicole has a question. Should all states implement more training awareness in driver's education in high school, the DMV, and private driving schools? You guys go ahead. I will come in later. I will see what you guys, because I have my opinion with that. So
Well, that. I
That's
don't,
like a
I
rough
don't.
area.
Well, it is, yeah, and like for someone like I've been driving, for 14 years. A lot has changed from when I took a driver's ed course to
Oh, did you even
now.
take driver's ed? I never did. I simply went and took a written test and took a driver's test and was handed a license. I never took driver's
Oh
ed.
no, we had to in the in the state of Ohio, you have to take your permit test, get your
Right.
permit, and then you have to take a driver's ed course as well as have 8 hours of driving time with an instructor. And then once you get that
Well, you're
certificate,
saying now.
oh yeah, even now it's like that. It's been like that.
Well, no, because I don't know. I don't remember how many hours other people had to log, but like the key to that was if you turned 18, you were no longer required to take driver's training or complete any of those
Well,
things. And
yeah,
I
yeah,
did not
that's
get my
true.
license at 16. I got it at 8.
Okay, well, yeah, in that case, yeah, because like I got my license when I was 16, but yeah, that's true though in the state of Ohio that once you turn 18, you don't have to do all that other stuff. With the hour logging the hours of driving time and all that jazz. Which sometimes I think they probably should, especially with some of the drivers that I've seen.
Well, right, but then it's like a touchy thing because okay, so who's logging these hours? I mean, the
Right.
teenager, the parent, there's no real like third party influence to make sure that they were truly logged. Maybe the parent was really busy and just said, "You know what? I'll just sign it. You're fine. We drove once and you're good."
Yeah. I don't. The one thing I can remember though is, um, they had a lot obviously with driving awareness, but it was mostly just vehicle related. Watching out for other vehicles. And like I said, I don't know what it's like now. But I mean, me
There's a lot
personally,
of stuff. There's different levels and stuff to your permit all by itself.
true. I mean, that's a hard question to answer because, like I said, it's been a long time since I did all that stuff.
I mean, I get where her question is coming from. There's a lot of idiots on the road, so like in a sense, do you feel that they should be more trained before you give them these vehicles? In an aspect, sometimes yes. But if that were to apply to me, I would have been pissed.
Yeah, that's true.
Backroad, what you think?
I think you might be on a phone call.
He might be on a phone call, but okay. Like because I'm coming from different background. I'm coming from different country, and we in Europe have like completely different system than you guys have in here. Um, the thing is, like to get a license, then you need to go to the school back home. School, first of all, it's 2 weeks full of like just learning all the signs, like lanes, everything. So all the rules, and then like after first week, you will get your designated like driving teacher, and then you need to log in 60 hours of driving with him or her, either way. So basically, what it takes, it takes around half a year to get a license back home, and I think that system is awesome because that eliminates a lot of, like, honestly, idiots who can't drive.
And that comes back to what I was just saying about who the fuck actually logs these hours. It's
Yeah, but
either yourself or a parent, and in Europe, you're saying it's a third-party person.
yeah, it's a school, like where you need to go. It's a completely third party that you need to pay
Now,
for.
in Europe, and I've heard this, is like with bikes and stuff, you can't just run out and go buy a 600cc bike. Your license for bikes are like stages with how many cc's you're allowed to have. Is it kind of similar with cars?
No. With cars, it's two aspects. Is it if you do your test and everything with a manual car, you get a full license. If you do it with automatic, you can only drive automatic cars.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Because you don't have any experience with manual cars, and they will not give you a manual car license.
Okay.
And the other thing is, after, like, when you get your license, first 2 year your license is temporary, because on then you need to do slippery, slippery practice. So like they do like the wet conditions and winter riding. So after you complete that course also, then you get your full license in 2 years. But on motorcycle, it's we have two classes. It's A1 and A. A you can get only when you're 21 and up. You can't get A on when you're like 18 till 21.
Okay.
And A1 is 125cc, so you can't have anything bigger.
That's interesting.
Yeah. You can modify your 600 to being 125, like, because all the like there is like the horsepower restriction. So if you put the restrictions on, then you can ride your 600. But I wouldn't recommend that because that's messing up your bike.
Right. So it sounds like their program is a lot, I don't know how to put it, I guess stricter, weeds out more of the fucking idiots. And
Yes.
It's extensive. I mean, there's a lot there
right
that's
here
going into it.
You're handed shit.
No,
It's like,
the thing is, like in America, everybody thinks that driving is their privilege. It's not. You need to know how to drive.
Right.
So like if everybody would go that like that kind of course, then the insurance would be less. Everything would be less for everybody else. Because right now the insurance and everything is up because of that kind of idiots. I'm sorry, but I'm calling them idiots, but they are idiots.
No, you're absolutely right.
Because if I'm telling you honestly, my whole year full coverage insurance for my bike and my car back home was around $60 whole year.
Really?
And in here I'm paying $60 already for my car, basically without any coverage, just the basic.
Oh, PLPD.
Yeah, whatever they call it in here. Yeah, so that's where the difference comes.
I see. Yeah, no, I picked my insurance company's brain on this. I'm like, okay, so I go out and I buy a brand new car and it's cheaper than my older car. How in the fuck does that work? And they're like, well, basically what we do is we pool each make and model into like the same pool and base how much we pay out on that make and model.
Yep.
To base your rate. So as years go by, the more claims that we pay for that car, the higher your rates go. So I'm like, okay, so basically if I buy the car brand new, 3 years later, a bunch of teenage high school kids love it. They go out and buy it, and they crash it. My rates go up because they're stupid. They're like,
Yep. That's
so
why.
Don't buy a car that high schoolers like.
That's why it's like basically the cheapest car right now in U.S. market to insure is like Pontiac and like like whatever the Marquis Zero or something, like something that all people usually drive.
Yeah. Or too expensive for a high schooler to fucking get into.
Yeah. To be honest, like my insurance for my Ducati was cheaper than for my R6.
Right, probably because there's less young, stupid people running out and buying a Ducati because they're more expensive. They run out and buy an R6.
Yep.
And it's based on claims paid per make and model.
Sometimes it determines on how stupid you are and how smart the insurance adjuster is.
Sometimes.
Because if you don't know any better, he'll slip in some shit. I mean, court clerks are the same way with registration and shit. You're like, no, this is worth $80,000. It's a moped.
Oh, talking about that, like I had a really big argument here with like the county of Fairfax because they want like taxes, and I'm like, why are you taking taxes from the blue book value? Why aren't you not taking the value from the DMV value that it's like on the paperwork? No, we don't do that. I'm like, really? I pay more taxes from the car than the car costs, so it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's that's how we deal with it. I'm like, yeah, okay, good luck with that. I'm gonna
America.
move.
Yeah, well, I mean, you say good luck with that, but bottom line is if you don't fucking agree to it and you don't pay it, you're not legal to drive, so
Yeah, I
you're
know.
fucked into it, basically.
Yep.
Yeah, and then there's
So
there's an old adage my dad always says. Well, he said ever since I started getting into motorcycles like 2 years ago. Well, I was worried about all the legalities and everything, and he looked at me and he's like, life's pretty short, so you gonna wait on the man to tell you when to ride a machine that is all about rebellion?" And he put an eyebrow up and kind of was like, "Oh, okay." So that's when I started like zip tying old plates and shit to my bikes just to go to the grocery store. Shit. Fuck it.
okay. Nicole said like, where was that? It went away. Just a second. She forgot to mention that the question was related to awareness of motorcycle. So yeah, it's still like I would go with my version, like go with the school, because in school like you learn all the awareness and everything. Because they don't teach you that in here, like you can basically walk in DMV and just make your license and that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I did.
Yeah, no, I did the same, like I just basically walked into the DMV like, I want to do a license. I'm like, what I need
Take
to
a
do?
little written test.
Yeah, and
That's all common sense.
it took me 2 hours to get the license. I was laughing when I came out. I'm like, really? Is it really so freaking easy in here?
You could also get your license done at Walgreens.
I didn't know that.
Well, you have to have somebody else's license in your own picture.
Ah. Come on, Backroad. That
You
doesn't
can go to
work.
Walgreens and get it in an hour. You
Oh,
could
yeah.
cut an hour off your time.
Holly was asking, who was the first motovlogger you started following? Midwest?
I'm thinking it was Jake the Garden Snake. Is the
Okay.
first moto vlogger that I ever watched.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Ehart?
That's a rough call because that was so long ago, and I'm pretty sure I watched a couple of motor vlogs before I like really caught on to what they were and started paying attention to who people were.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say probably somewhere in between Jennifer Laurie and Downshift 83. I think Downshift was my first subscribed to.
Okay. Backroad?
The first one I ever saw was AZ Ninja Guy. The first one I ever started following was More Bad Ideas because he reminded me of kids that I grew up with in the circus. Little Cuban, Puerto Rican kids, just same attitude, crazy as hell. So I started watching him.
Okay. That's pretty cool. Mine was Walterific and Chase. So yeah, that were the first ones. Like I still follow Chase on every video. All terrific, not so much anymore. I think his content has went down. So
Just a wee bit.
at least like that's what I think. Like so.
Starting to rely on his numbers rather than his quality.
I think like he did a really big mistake when he like announced like, oh, I'm gonna start doing motovlogging like a job and everything, and from that moment basically everything went into shitter. So
Well, it didn't help that he said that, and then like his next few videos afterwards were only like 6 or 7 minutes long.
hmm
And then it was
I don't watch much of Chase. I mean, so I can't judge.
Chase does. Chase has really good videos. His edits are really good. His content's really good.
I love Chase editing skill. Like that's none of
His
the
reviews. His reviews are great.
Oh yeah.
But no, I mean, there's tons of people. I mean, it depends upon what mood I'm in. Will determine who I actually watch. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with. I think the first person that I actually started watching and I followed was Jake the Garden Snake.
Okay.
That's who started it all for me.
So why Jake?
He's crazy. He's crazy, and he just reminded me so much of a lot of my friends that I hang out with, and his little adventures that he would go on, and just he was random, but it was a randomness that actually was fun to watch. Like sometimes you can watch like certain motovloggers and they're like super random, and it's hard to follow.
Okay.
And you lose interest. With him, it was like it was really consistent, and it was I just liked his stuff overall.
Yeah, I haven't seen any videos from Jake, so I think I should like pick him up for a second and just to check out.
I would definitely check out Jake.
He's one of those fuckers that if you meet him in person, you're not going to get a different attitude that you saw in the videos. But there's a lot of vloggers out there, you watch their videos and you meet him in person, and it's like, well, okay, fuck you too. But it's different with Jake, it seems. I mean, he expresses exactly who he is in his videos, and that's a pretty uplifting experience in itself. So, good vlogger.
You're not gonna name names who's not like same as in real life and as in vlogs.
Of course not. That's rude. I would be rude. That would be rude, Blue.
Okay.
I think another and two other ones that I think Tim Kreitz seems like the type of guy that you watch his videos and he's real relaxed and laid back, and he's really good at giving tons of information, kind of just taking you all over. But he also seems like the same type of guy you'd meet him, and he'd be the same exact way.
Okay.
He just generally seems like a really good guy. And of course, then there's like there's Baker and Arson, and those guys are just ridiculously off the wall. And I have a feeling that they're like that in real life too. Like they're just big kids.
Yeah, you've not named anybody that doesn't. It's not real. The real is real important because vlogging's supposed to be real. But a lot of guys I've noticed, not a lot, I guess, but there's more than a few out there that they're pumping it, and you can tell it's not real, man. They're trying to do the game show host thing, and it just annoys me. I don't like to watch that shit. Like, that's not a vlog. You're trying to do a YouTube video of a guy on a motorcycle. You're not trying to express, share your life. You're not trying to just talk about shit or just talk jokes or anything. You're sitting there. You're not. Sometimes they go to the extent of just straight up making shit up.
Right.
And then
I think they're viewing it as like an entertainment platform, and we're just trying to be entertaining, not just.
I mean, it is to an extent, don't you think? But when you start to lie to make it entertaining, then you're turning the video into a skit. It's a skit.
Right, and then it's almost like you were saying, there's extreme disappointment when you meet this person and they're nothing like, and then you come to the realization of that it's all for show.
Totally, and kids fall for that stuff too. Like, and 80% of YouTube is in between the ages of 13 and fucking 22 or whatever. So that's the age they fall for that shit, and they'll fucking think it's all good. And then they go to a bike meetup and they meet a jerk that won't talk to them.
Yeah, so I heard that a lot, like that the big guys are like really like bad real life. So
Well, just a
No,
couple,
not
just a couple, just a couple.
just a couple. There's quite a few of them that you can tell when you watch their videos the difference between someone who's being legit
hmm
and then someone who's blowing smoke up your ass just to
Well, I
make the
mean, I'm
numbers go
guessing
up.
Dan, Do It With Dan, acts that way every fucking day, and I don't know how Laura fucking puts up with that shit.
no, there is no do it with Dan and Laura anymore.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, she doesn't
Oh,
put up with.
That's a history.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, his latest video is he discussed it in his latest video, which people knew about it a couple weeks ago. You know,
I'm
people
on
were
Dan's
starting.
side, fuck Laura. Just for, just. Oh, sorry. Did I say something?
No,
No,
Seth.
good.
I was gonna say I'm on Dan's side, fuck Laura. And even if she's in the right, I'd still have to say that. So let's put that on the record too.
See, I can't say anything,
Well, does
obviously.
anybody want to tell me what happened?
I don't even know what happened. All I know is that they're broke up.
Yeah.
According to the video that he put out the other day, there was an argument. He didn't go into grave detail. He didn't bash on anyone out of respect.
Mhm.
I mean, that's basically what he said, is just out of respect. But there was an argument, and that's pretty much, he didn't go into any deeper detail,
Mhm.
which is
No.
fine.
That was a surprise that Dan is acting in Walking Dead. That was cool.
That was awesome. Well, I knew something was up when he was doing, like, when he was right before Christmas, when he was doing all those little vlogs about with his Magna, and then all of a sudden you started seeing things that he was modifying that just weren't normal, I
Mhm.
guess you would say, like things that you would normally see someone modify.
Yeah.
So,
You don't do like random like shit for your cruiser or something. So
I mean, I do know there are some people out there that do that kind of stuff, but
yeah, not him. He's too young for that. So Nicole has a question. Has anyone had a close call while riding that caused you to rethink whether you want to keep riding? Midwest, go for it.
every time I get on a dirt track.
Okay.
No, I'm serious. You know, when I was kind of doing it competitively, there was that split second right before the light turned green where I thought, could this be my last race?
Okay.
I've slammed into walls. I've taken out chain link fences with my body.
Ouch.
You know, I've been run over.
hmm
I've been hit. I mean, there's tons of things, but I don't think I can honestly say I don't think I've ever had any close calls that caused me to rethink it. I've had close calls that, you know, kind of made me a little more apprehensive when I got back out, but never to the point where I was going to say, nope, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done. I'm putting up my stuff and I'm done, you know, because my thing, the way that I see it, and it's the same mentality that a lot of people that I hang out with and ride with, we all have the same mentality. If we're going to go out, at least we're going to go out doing what we loved.
hmm
You know what I mean? So that's how I see it. But yeah, no, I've had a lot of close calls. A lot.
Ehart.
I'd say absolutely that there have been those times where a little something happens and it crosses your head of what the repercussions could have been, where in a sense you do kind of, are you sure this is what you really want to be doing? Because it is dangerous.
It is, of course.
You know, but each time I ask myself that question, I get right back on, so yeah.
Backroad.
I'm gonna fucking kind of go along those same lines, man. My children were the main reason that made me think. I've never had like a point while riding where I've kind of almost screwed up because I've slid a couple times or back tire spun or locked up or
hmm
little dumb shit, but I've never really wrecked. And so there's nothing like while riding a bike that made me second guess myself. But my children make me second guess my riding every day.
Okay.
But at the same time, like my children, like I noticed that the personality that comes out of me that my children like the most is the
when I'm fucking happy and having fun. I'm not happy and having fun unless I feel like I did when I was a kid and I was doing crazy shit and didn't really give a shit. So you have to remember to, I don't know, fucking stay young,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll I don't know, what the fuck, I lost myself.
See, I think really kind of for me with the little things that I've had, like one time I don't know exactly what I was fucking doing. It was on Sharahola, I don't know how the fuck you say it, Skyway.
Shenandoah.
Sharahola,
Okay. I don't know.
Backroad probably knows how to say it.
Share my ozone.
Close enough.
Okay.
And I don't know what the fuck I was like doing, because I swear I was not like off looking at fucking scenery, but like I look down and literally half my tire is on pavement and half my tire is not, and it's like holy shit, because if I do a hard push to the left, bring me back on the road, my tire's falling off the fucking road.
Oh, are you talking about Cherokee Highway?
Down
you
by
trying
the
to say
Town of
Cherokee?
Dragon. It's like Sharahola or something.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay.
I don't know. You get to the end of it, and you make a left, and you're on your way to the Dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's every road around here, man. If you're on the peak or over the border of Tennessee, like around Tennessee North Carolina border, one side is your doom. The next side is maybe a hospital.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Road, because it's like jagged cliff on the left and then downward jagged cliff on the right, and that's pretty common in that area. Every fucking road. Might as well, like the guys in Thailand, like the Death Road or wherever it is, they can suck a dick when it comes to
It's basically like the same thing.
For me, you know, like I had some crashes and stuff, you know, like, but they never like took me away from bikes. Never had a question like, will I ever ride? But the last one on the track, I'm still like debating, will I go back to the track ever or not? So that's my question right now. So
I'd say you will, because you one day you're gonna die. It might, you never know how you're gonna die. It could be natural causes, but you will, and then you'll have wanted to do that one more time that day on your deathbed. So you might as well just do it.
yeah.
But
Okay.
a lot of instances, in a sense, help me to keep more aware to avoid these instances again in the future.
No, yeah, sure that. So I think we're gonna end up today. I have a hockey in 35 minutes. I forgot. So thanks everybody for joining us, and thanks for the board. So everybody, make it fast. Where you can find them? Where people can find you? Ooh, damn.
Ehart 34, wherever you look.
Cool.
See, look what you did to me. Midwest Mayhem with an X at the beginning and the end, Instagram and Twitter, and I do have a YouTube channel, but you'll be disappointed when there's absolutely nothing on there. But feel free to subscribe.
And we know Backroad is on the corner bar.
No, this week I'm actually going to be at the Knox County Courthouse. If you want to join up, vote at the foot of the courthouse. I'm cool till 9 a.m. Then I got to split inside.
Cool. So see everybody next week, 9 p.m. Eastern time, whatever is their time. Like calculate back or forward or whatever. So thanks everybody. See you next time.
Bye.
Next time.